Michael Gerard Tyson is an American professional boxer who competed from 1985 to 2005, and is scheduled to compete once again in 2024. Wikipedia. Born, June 30, 1966, age 58 years, Fort Greene, New York, United States. Weight, 100 kilograms. Children, Miguel Leon Tyson, Exodus Tyson, Milan Tyson, Mikey Lorna Tyson, Amir Tyson, Ramsey Tyson. Height, 1.78 meters. Parents, Jimmy Kirkpatrick, Lorna Smith. Siblings, Rodney Tyson, Denise Tyson, Jimmy Lee Kirkpatrick. Michael Gerard Tyson, born June 30, 1966, is an American former professional boxer who competed from 1985 to 2005. Nicknamed Iron Mike and Kid Dynamite in his early career, and later known as the baddest man on the planet, Tyson is considered to be one of the greatest heavyweight boxers of all time. He reigned as the undisputed world heavyweight champion from 1987 to 1990. Tyson won his first 19 professional fights by knockout, 12 of them in the first round. Claiming his first belt at 20 years, 4 months, and 22 days old, Tyson holds the record as the youngest boxer ever to win a heavyweight title. He was the first heavyweight boxer to simultaneously hold the WBA, WBC, and IBF titles, as well as the only heavyweight to unify them in succession. The following year, Tyson became the lineal champion when he knocked out Michael Spinks in 91 seconds of the first round. In 1990, Tyson was knocked out by underdog Buster Douglas in one of the biggest upsets in history. IMDb Mini-Biography by Bonnie Tao. Mike Tyson is an American former professional boxer. He reigned as the world heavyweight champion and holds the record as the youngest boxer to win a heavyweight title, at 20 years, 4 months, and 22 days old. Tyson won his first 19 professional fights by knockout, 12 of them in the first round. He won the WBC title in 1986 after stopping Trevor Berbick in the second round, and added the WBA and IBF titles after defeating James Smith and Tony Tucker in 1987. This made Tyson the first heavyweight boxer to simultaneously hold the WBA, WBC, and IBF titles, and the only heavyweight to successively unify them. Mike Tyson is considered one of the best heavyweights of all time. Tyson holds the third longest unified championship reign in heavyweight history at 8 consecutive defenses. He ranked number 15 in BoxRec's ranking of the greatest heavyweight boxers in history. He was ranked number 16 on the Ring's list of 100 greatest punchers of all time, and number 1 in the ESPN list of the hardest hitters in heavyweight history. Sky Sports described him as perhaps the most ferocious fighter to step into a professional ring. He has been inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame and the World Boxing Hall of Fame. Family. Spouses. Luckia Spicer, June 6, 2009, present, 2 children. Monica Turner, April 19, 1997, to January 13, 2003, divorced, 2 children. Robin Givens, February 7, 1988, to February 14, 1989, divorced. Children. Child. Parents. Lorna May. Trademarks. High-pitched Brooklyn accented voice. Speaks with a noticeable lisp. Iconic face tattoo, commonly mistaken as an African tribal symbol. Wild behavior on and off the box ring. His extremely aggressive fighting style that mixed brute strength with frightening speed. His extremely aggressive fighting style that mixed brute strength with frightening speed. His heavy, muscular build. His left hook. Trivia. From March 6, 1985 to February 11, 1990, he was undefeated with a record of 37-0. There were concerns that, while filming the action scenes for Ip Man 3, Tyson would forget the fight choreography and legitimately hurt Donnie Yen with a well-placed punch. The opposite proved true when Yen fractured Tyson's index finger with an elbow block. Tyson later stated in no uncertain terms that Yen was one of the few people on the planet that could seriously beat him in a fight. Won his first 19 fights by knockout. He was the youngest heavyweight champion of the world at 20 years old, a record he still holds. An avid lover of birds, Tyson keeps up to 100 pigeons at his home. He was fined $3 million, and was banned from boxing for 1 year for biting Evander Holyfield's ear during a bout. At 13 years old, weighed 200 pounds. Served 9 months in jail for assaulting 2 people after a car crash in 1998. Was adopted by Kes D'Amato, boxing genius and trainer of such fighters as Floyd Patterson. He was knocked out by Buster Douglas, Evander Holyfield, Lennox Lewis, and Williams. Kevin McBride scored a TKO over Tyson after Tyson quit on his stool at the start of round 6. Not long after his release from prison, he was ready for a massive return. It was the most anticipated comeback in generations. In August of 1995, he beat Peter McNeely in a matter of seconds, 89, to be exact. The Simpsons, 1989, boxer character Derek Tatum was based on him, and Riddick Bowe earned approximately $200,000 per second in his fight with Michael Spinks, which was overhyped, only accessible by giant screens at arenas across America, and over in 90 seconds. Retired with a record as of 2002, 50-6-0, 44, 2-NC. Before the game Street Fighter II, v. 1995, came to the USA, there were fighters named Mike Bison, who was a 6 feet 5 inches tall boxer, Balrog, who was a Spanish assassin with a claw, and Vega, who was the leader of Shadow Lu. To avoid a possible lawsuit from Tyson, Capcom, the makers of Street Fighter, had a 3-name swap between Mike Bison, Balrog, and Vega. After the switch, the boxer became Balrog, the Spanish assassin became Vega, and the leader of Shadow Lu became the shortened M. Bison, without a definite clarification as to what M now stood for. Friends with Muhammad Ali and Eddie Griffin, WWE Hall of Famer. He was unable to continue in his comeback fight against Irish heavyweight champion Kevin McBride, and lost by a technical knockout. He announced his retirement after the fight. His father, Jimmy Kirkpatrick, reportedly fathered 16 children, 3 of them by Tyson's mother, Lorna Smith Tyson. By the time Mike was born, Kirkpatrick had left her. Bit off a chunk of Evander Holyfield's ear during a heavyweight title bout. At one point, his net worth was over $400 million. Frequently uses the word ludicrous. Was involved in a street fight with former opponent Mitchell Green in 1988. In 1997, Green won a lawsuit over the incident and was awarded $45,000. In 1991, Desiree Washington, a Miss Black America contestant, charged that Tyson raped her in an Indianapolis hotel room. He was arrested, tried, convicted, and served 3 years in prison. Exodus, the 4-year-old daughter of Tyson and former girlfriend Sol Sochil, died in a Phoenix, Arizona hospital following a freak accident with a treadmill cord on May 26, 2009. Tyson and Lakia Spicer, the mother of his youngest infant daughter, secretly married 11 days later in Las Vegas. Proposed fights with World Wrestling Champion Hulk Hogan and mixed martial arts champ Royce Gracie never materialized. Titles: 1986, WBC Heavyweight Title 1987, WBA Heavyweight Title 1987, IBF Heavyweight Title 1987, Undisputed World Heavyweight Champion 1996, WBC Heavyweight Title 1996, WBA Heavyweight Title. His name was dropped from the 1987 classic game Mike Tyson's Punch-Out! 1987, because the contract for his name was about to expire, and he lost to Buster Douglas. Since he was no longer the champion, and with his contract expiring soon after, Nintendo no longer wanted Tyson. As a result, the game title became Punch-Out!, and the last fight was against Mr. Dream, rather than Tyson himself, with Mr. Dream having the same abilities and sayings as Tyson. Was soundly defeated by Lennox Lewis via knockout in the 8th round. Children by ex-wife Monica Turner, Raina, B. February 14, 1996, and Amir, B. August 5, 1997. In 2000 he fought 3 times. His third, against Andre Galota, was first a victory, but changed to no contest after Tyson failed a drug test. The next year he fought only once, knocking out Brian Nielsen in the 7th round. The character Blood from Vendetta, 1991, was modeled after him, and his nemesis, Mitchell Green. Ex-wife Monica Turner is a pediatric resident at Georgetown University Medical Center. On June 11, 2005, he lost a non-title fight against Kevin McBride. Tyson, who was favored to win the match, did not leave his corner after the end of the 6th round, and McBride was proclaimed the winner. The Street Fighter character Balrog was modeled after Tyson. The character's Japanese name was even Mike Bison. The Nevada State Athletic Commission voted to deny Tyson a license to box in Las Vegas, thereby effectively pulling the plug on an April 6 pay-per-view bout with Lennox Lewis that was due to air on both HBO and Showtime and could have produced the biggest take for a heavyweight title fight ever. Was portrayed by Michael Jai White in the 1995 TV movie Tyson, 1995. Paid Robin Givens $8 million as part of their divorce settlement. Admits paternity of an 8-month-old girl born to Kimberly Scarborough of New York. March 28, 1991. Buenos Aires, Argentina, competing with his wife on the Bailando por un Sueño show conducted by Marcelo Tonelli. Is a self-admitted huge fan of singer-actress Judy Garland. Started boxing when he was 8 years old. Wife Monica Turner filed for divorce. His 1988 1-minute 30 seconds match against Michael Spinks was compared to challenging boxer John L. Sullivan in Timecop, 1994. Boxer. Born on exactly the same date as Martin Chokas. Quotes. When I was in prison, I was wrapped up in all those deep books, that, Lev Tolstoy, crap. People shouldn't read that stuff. When we read those books, what purpose does it serve in this day and time? I guess I'm gonna fade into oblivion. June 11, 05, on his loss to Irish boxer Kevin McBride, I felt like I was 120 years old. I don't think I have it anymore. My career has been over since 1990. When I look at my fans, they don't love me. They love what I do. I'm an entertainer. I'm a performer. I entertain them. That's what I do. I'm crazy, but I'm not crazy like that. Everyone has a plan till they get punched in the mouth. I feel like sometimes that I was not meant for this society. God lets everything happen for a reason. It's all a learning process, and you have to go from one level to another. I don't try to intimidate anybody before a fight. That's nonsense. I intimidate people by hitting them. I'm a Muslim, but I think Jesus would have a drink with me. He would be cool. He would talk to me. As a young kid, I used to watch boxing films and I would stop the film when I'd see something I liked, the way he bowed, the way he'd hit somebody, or the way he stood with his belt, and I would rewind it and emulate it. Over and over again. I liked the villains best, because you never forgot them. Now, when we see a boxing match, we know who's gonna win before they start. Very rarely do they have even matched boxers. And the promoters use only their own fighters to fight each other. That's almost like a slave contract. Mostly, people who come from my neighborhood are statistics, like a lot of my friends. It was just a dog-eat-dog world. That's how it was. Learning to steal and fight at a young age, I was in a lot of trouble. If I do a stage show with a big screen, it's because I guess people think I'm a notable guy. That's what I want to do. I love entertaining people. That's what links boxing and acting. God, it would be good to be a fake somebody, rather than a real nobody. I just want them to keep bringing guys on, and I'm going to strip them of their health. I bring pain, a lot of pain. When I was younger, I was all-out liberal. But as I get older, and I look at my children, and I see what's out there in the world, I get a little conservative. It's common sense, looking at the world we have now. You want safety. He called me a rapist and a recluse. I'm not a recluse. Salaries. The Hangover Part 2, 2011, $200,000. WrestleMania 14, 1998, $3 million.